My role is to give a few notes about what we are closing off, which is the second SIDS IGF. And as the SG said at the beginning, it was a two-part thing, and this is the second part, which is in person. And yesterday we actually had a fully virtual event. The themes that were addressed, well, the overall theme is there, leveraging digital governance for resilient prosperity. And SIDS is a theme we chose that was very well aligned with the theme of this SIDS 4 conference, which is like charting the course towards. And we've looked at the role of ICTs in sustainable development of SIDS. We looked at digital resilience, and especially so in the context of environmental sustainability, digital inclusion, particularly related to prosperity and social, economic and social development, digital governance, and the vulnerabilities and approaches. The last question related to how do we ensure that our collaborations are fruitful. We also noted global processes ongoing. I mean, we're right here in SIDS 4, and there's this outcome document, which is fondly referred to as ABAS, Antigua and Barbuda Agenda for SIDS. And we're happy to see some significant reference to ICTs and technology in facilitating the goals of the agenda. So it would fall upon us thereafter then to make it happen, right? And organizations like CTU and the governments themselves and so on really have to find ingenious implementation means to cost effectively achieve everything that we want to achieve. One of the things we didn't mention too much today, but was also addressed significantly in the second SIDS IGF, is the Global Digital Compact. And this is another process of the UN that's ongoing that will come to a head in September at the Summit of the Future, where this Global Digital Compact is supposed to be adopted. We did look at that in some detail and noted the opportunities still existing for us to make some input into that through our governments. It is at a stage now where it's a second draft stage. I think they called it Rev 1, right? And we looked at that a bit, and we in the CTU would also help to our Caribbean member states to make inputs to that. We also noted that there's a WSIS plus 20 process in train, which would also impact on the future of the UN's Internet Governance Forum itself. Other things that we noticed were IG processes in multiple internet organizations. We heard from ITU and ICANN here on this panel, and the need for SIDS perspectives and inputs to be heard and had in shaping the outcomes there. So looking forward, just let me say some key strategic issues that came out, and we heard some of them mentioned by panelists earlier. One was people first, keeping people at the center of development. The second was the value of collaborations and partnerships, and we want to get the most out of that by hopefully the output would be greater than the sum of its parts. And resilient infrastructure, universal and affordable access, cybersecurity, and so on. So we in the CTU coordinate Caribbean Internet Governance Forum. As Yeshi said, it's the oldest regional Internet Governance Forum in the world. We will have our 20th CIGF in August of this year in Guyana. And the outputs from this SIDS IGF, in addition to some of the other topics that I've mentioned, would be addressed there. So we will continue our advocacy for SIDS generally, some of the examples you've heard here, and we will continue coordinating our role. We are going to continue our coordinating role in the Caribbean with respect to internet governance development. So I'll leave it there with what? Outputs and